Hello, everybody. Clay here, Cardboard Empires, and I am here today to bring you the message that it is time to take Pokemon seriously. And why? You might be asking, is it time now to start taking Pokemon seriously? Well, because I was in my doctor's office the other day and he started asking me about Pokemon. And it wasn't just the normal chewing the fat type of back and forth that I have with my doctor. He was asking about it seriously, as if he was looking for an alternative investment vehicle. And you might be thinking to yourself, what are you talking about, Clay? I do take Pokemon seriously. I have taken Pokemon seriously for a while, and I didn't need this information. No, I'm sorry, but that's not the case. I mean, really seriously. When you start having people like doctors, and I've seen other professionals talking about Pokemon, uh, that's not only concerning, it's exciting, of course, but it's concerning as well because when professional people, people who make a lot of money, look for asset classes and investment vehicles, they don't do so haphazardly. They do so in a very serious, very methodical, and meticulous manner. So they're not going to be just walking into the Pokemon hobby, scattering money, fanning money like they're at a strip club in Atlanta. They're going to be going to professionals, very analytical people, and they're going to be asking for those people to crunch the numbers for them. What's the ROI? What's the downside risk? What's the upside potential? What's the theta? What kind of theta am I looking at on this card or this product? What's the possibility of price movement in a given range? I mean, they're going to be looking at this stuff very specifically. Why are they looking at this new asset class? Is kind of a pressing question. And I have a few kind of ideas as to why I think that professionals and people with real money are starting to look at Pokemon. And it has nothing to do with Logan Paul or Jake Paul, Logan Paul and his box breaks. It has nothing to do with the social media hype. It could be a contributing factor. A lot of these people have children who are plugged into that social media world, and it could have matriculated up the food chain from the child, through the family to the mom or the dad, whoever the person with the money is who makes the investing decisions. But I think the main driving factor here is it's about the surest thing you can get in investments nowadays when you look at the market as a whole. The housing market is a shit show. It's a nightmare. And it's going very well right now. I'm not saying the housing market is doing badly, but it's going too well. And it's at a point right now where people like that aren't going to be walking in and buying huge investment properties or commercial properties and looking to park money for a long time because rates are going up. We are in this like nationwide fever pitch right now for residential properties that are being. I mean, I hear stories, and I'm not in the real estate market right now, but you hear stories of people offering like $50K above assessed for cash deals, and losing those offers. That's mind blowing. That's scary. That's frightening that things like that are happening. So these professional people who would normally look to put their money in investment classes like real estate, because there's a pretty consistent ROI. Like you put $100,000 in real estate, and whether or not you're hiring somebody to flip it for you, if you're investing in like a guy or a company that flips houses and then you take the profits, or if you're putting money into, you mortgage a property, you have somebody manage it for you, and then you collect the difference of the expenses, the rent minus expenses, and you take that as profit. These professionals are not really looking as strongly at the real estate market right now. There's not a lot of opportunity. The downside risk is massive. The upside potential is slim. Even if you're buying, let's say you have like an investment property, an investment residential property that a professional would be looking at, like a doctor, lawyer, what have you. You're looking at a $250,000 house. Just to get that house, you're going to be looking at maybe making a $300,000 cash offer. So right off the bat, you're $50,000 underwater on that house. It's a cash deal, so you just sunk a ton of liquid capital into an illiquid asset, and now you have to worry about eviction moratoriums and all of the other little things that are going on with COVID that make real estate very precarious. So at least for the next 12, maybe 24 months, real estate is going to be rocky as far as an investment class goes. Look at the stock market. It's in the exact same scenario. Stocks are trading at, I don't even know what the multiple of EPS is now, but I mean, they're well above their earnings per share in value. In other words, there's a lot of downside risk with very limited upside potential at the current prices in the stock market. It just doesn't make sense. And professionals like this, doctors and lawyers, you got $100,000 and you're not really looking to give it away. You're not looking to sink it into something and give it to a hedge fund manager to buy his next yacht with. You're looking for a safe, stable place to invest this money where maybe it's not going to double in value. Maybe it's not going to triple over the next year, but it will at least track inflation. And that's really a lot of the times all you need your money to do, to just track inflation and have a little bit of upside potential. So like almost zero downside potential, a little bit of upside potential, and at minimum will absolutely track inflation. And that's where Pokemon cards come in. That's where TCGs come in, because that's exactly what we have here. We have an investment vehicle that will, at the very least, track inflation. As in even the most worst performing sealed product in Pokemon let's put it, it has outperformed incredibly. But even in like a down market, even if the market turns down, I would expect, and I think a lot of other people would expect, that even if the bubble bursts, the Steam Siege will track inflation. We're in a market right now where it's almost impossible to imagine a booster box, a sealed booster box, ever being sold for under $100 ever again. So, if my doctor comes to me, and I don't want to talk about private deals, but if somebody comes to me and says, hey, I want to buy a case of this booster box, what price will you give me? And I'm like, I don't really want to give you a price, like on Chilling Reign, I don't really want to give you a price per booster box right now, because I like to wait until post-release to see what the market's at. But just for S's and giggles, let's throw out a number, $130. I'll sell you a case because we have a personal relationship. 6 booster boxes at $130. For a professional, that's a pretty solid place to put your money. As far as I'm concerned, the downside risk there is $30 per booster box, especially Chilling Reign. I mean, we're talking about Chilling Reign here. We're not talking about Steam Siege. We're not talking about Crimson Invasion. I couldn't even imagine a booster box of Chilling Reign selling below, and I know you might hate me, but below $150 in the next 6 months. I say next summer, maybe we see Chilling Reign drop below $150. That's if the market is flooded with reprints, flooded with supply, and everybody and the whole world opens back up. The virus is over with. Nobody cares about Pokemon anymore. Okay, Chilling Reign will come down. But Chilling Reign, by all accounts, is going to be probably the best set in Sword and Shield and could possibly be the best set since Evolutions. I know, big prediction. Big prediction, okay? Mark my words. Mark my friggin' words, everybody. I said it. You heard it here first. Could possibly be the best set since Evolutions. Chonkachu was great, and that's going to be a highly collectible set for years to come. Battle Styles is going to be Battle Styles is doing well. I think Battle Styles is cool because of the mechanic that it introduced, this whole double strike and rapid strike thing. So for the players, I think Battle Styles is at least an interim win. But it's going to be our generation's Steam Siege, or not our generation, but it's going to be Sword and Shield generation's Steam Siege. Chilling Reign is going to be fantastic. It's going to be the next XY Evolutions. I'm putting money on it. I'm putting money on it. I got a whole pallet full of stuff coming, so literally I'm putting money on it. But it's going to be fantastic. And so, a professional comes to me and says, what do I do? I've got $10,000. I can't put $10,000 in the stock market right now. I'm too worried about whatever's going on, whatever hype is going on in the stock market. I can't put money on it. Because if you think back, these people are very well studied on history. They went to fancy schools and colleges. And if anybody knows about what led up to the 1920 stock market crash, is the whole joke that Wall Street guys were getting stock tips from their barbers. Everybody was in the market. Everybody had money in the market. Everybody knew the play. Everybody knew the next best stock. Now, think about what's happening right now in Wall Street. Think about how that applies to Robinhood. And, with that whole game stonks thing that went on. I saw news reports of people standing behind McDonald's cash registers talking about, I cashed my paycheck and I put it all into GameStop. Let's go, baby, to the moon. I'm not against the average, everyday Joe, putting some money into an investment and getting a leg up in life, putting their money to work for them. That's fantastic. But the conditions that under what's going on right now, it's not positive. It's not going to last. And these professionals, they see that. They see what's going on. They know what's gone on in history. They see what's going on in the real estate market. They know what happened in 2008. You look at how many people are on mortgage forbearance. 3 million people. If those 3 million mortgages ever actually, if the government ever actually says, hey, 3 million people, no more mortgage forbearance, we need you to pay your bill. How many foreclosures was it in 2008 that it took to crash and cripple the economy? I think it was right around 3 million. So it's going to be a wild ride in real estate. If you have some liquid capital, when whatever happens is going to happen in real estate, that might be a time to jump on that. But these professionals, in the meantime, until all of this unfolds, are saying, hey, I have $10,000. What's the play? You seem to have your finger on the pulse and know what's going on. What do I do with this? And for me, it's an easy answer. Here, take $10,000 worth of Chilling Reign. Here, take $10,000 worth of Vivid Voltage. No, don't take $10,000 worth of Battle Styles. You might want to hold off on that. Maybe take $1,000 and then, we'll talk in 6 months. But it's an easy answer. $10,000 worth of Chilling Reign, no questions. Ask me if I'm confident that Chilling Reign is going to, if you buy a booster box at $120, if you're lucky, if you are absolutely lucky and you find somebody to sell you a booster box for $120 of Chilling Reign, ask me how confident I am that is going to double in the next 6 months. Double. This is, it's time to start taking this stuff seriously, guys. We have real players, moving in from other investment avenues and focusing in on Pokemon. Now, we've always had real players. Yes, I get that. We've always had like the guys who buy the $50,000, $100,000, $200,000 cards. But we're at a new level here. This is different. Even 2 years ago, the most coveted boxes right now, the booster boxes, the first ed Fossil Jungle base, weren't that much money. The people who are trading and buying those boxes now are whales. They're big fish. And it's drawing the attention of a lot more people who might not be as big of fish, as much of whales as the people who are buying the $300,000 base boxes. But they've got money. They've got money, and they don't want to leave it liquid. They don't want to leave it in cash because cash is trash. In a hyperinflation event, and you have all your money parked in cash, you're gonna lose. You're a sucker. If you've got $10 and we start going through a crazy hyperinflation event, that $10 put into Pokemon cards or a decent investment that tracks inflation, that turns into $20 without any actual appreciation in the investment. But if you have it sitting in cash, it just stays $10. So now you have to buy a loaf of bread that used to cost $5. It now costs $20, and you're stuck with this $10 that if you would have just bought some Pokemon cards with, you'd be able to buy that loaf of bread. A lot of people are worried about an inflation event right now because of the money printing that's gone on. And, there's good reason to be worried about that inflation event. If people are worried about the inflation event, if people are trepidatious about the real estate market, if people or you are hesitant to get into the real estate market, I would highly encourage people to get into Pokemon or pop culture collectibles in general. If you don't want to go Pokemon, if you think it's too saturated, that's fine. There are other places that you can go in this area that you can buy collectibles that will at the very least track inflation. I would like to make that 100% guarantee. Nothing is guaranteed in this life. As I've said before, pride cometh before the fall. So I don't have all the answers, but I would say it's almost 100% assured that collectibles in this space right now will at the very least track inflation. And at the end of the day, what more do you want from an investment? Yeah, it's great to be able to 10x your Bitcoin investment, 101,000x your Charizard. But if you're looking to just preserve your capital, your wealth, if you're just looking for wealth preservation, which a lot of these professionals are, and some of my portfolio is just strictly in wealth preservation. It's not in aggressive growth. It's not in mild growth. It's just in wealth preservation assets. Then this is the area that you'd want to be in. I think that it's going to track, the price of Pokemon cards is going to track in correlation with something like gold and silver when it comes to inflation. And the fact that we're in this this crazy attention time that's being paid to Pokemon, it's going to appreciate in value much more quicker than gold and silver. But at the very least, it's going to track in correlation with gold and silver. Thanks for watching. Wow, this was a long video. Let me know how you feel in the comments. If you made it this far, that's incredible. I wonder if anybody's made it 20 minutes into the video. I can't believe I've been talking for 20 minutes. But if you have, that's incredible. Consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. Consider hitting the like button because this machine runs on motivation. And the like button is the exact fuel that this machine takes. Unleaded like buttons. At 20 minutes, I can pretty much say whatever I want, right? Because nobody's watching. Purple elephant monkey pants. Thanks for watching. And until next time, I'll catch you later.